of me being out here right now is to explain a little bit about Unrehearsed, because my assumption is that none of you have probably seen Unrehearsed Shakespeare before. Is that true? Correct, okay. So what is this? Well, we're trying to recreate as best as we understand how things were done in Shakespeare's time. So think about Elizabethan England when Shakespeare was active. There were no copy machines, and importantly, there was no copyright laws. So if someone had the whole script, they could take it somewhere else and have it produced. So they wanted to husband very carefully these scripts. Plus, they didn't have copy machines. They were all writing it out by longhand. So what happened is that the scribe would write out the part, in this case, King Lear, and a 3 to 5 word cue to let Lear, the actor playing Lear, know when to speak. Now that actor doesn't know who gives that cue, and they don't know when the cue is coming, making it really spicy for the actors. The actor's job is to learn all of this ahead of time. Mary and I had something that we called verse nurse sessions, where we would get together with each one of the actors privately, and we would act like detectives. So we only have your part of the script. We don't know anything else. And based on that, we want to start to construct what your character is. Now, if we go back to Elizabethan England and we say, all right, they gave them these cue scripts, and it wasn't the whole script, and they didn't rehearse. The only thing that they rehearsed in the way we understand rehearsal were fights, dances, and songs, which is exactly what we did. The verse nurse session, again, is kind of like trying to piece together this puzzle without all the pieces, so that the actor is equipped in some way when they go out there. Now, the other thing is that we have a prompter, which is Mary. She should be out here momentarily. There she is. The prompter is really part of the show. During a talkback, which we will have at the end of the show, we're going to have two tragedies, an intermission of about 10 minutes, and then 2 comedies. And then we're going to do a talkback if you wish to stay and ask questions. And last night it was really lively. And what one of the audience members said was, to them, the prompter during the tragedies didn't interfere at all. It felt totally seamless to this person. But with the comedies, it felt like the prompter was part of the action, which is exactly how we view the prompter. So you may hear actors, including me tonight, calling for a line because we haven't rehearsed this. We didn't get our somewhere between 2 and 6 weeks of going over this, over this, over this. We never had a director telling us how to block this. We're relying entirely on these cue scripts, on the verse nurse sessions, and on the code that we assert is embedded within the text. Now, the text isn't any text. It comes from the first folio of Shakespeare, published in 1617 or 1616 by his 2 friends, Hemmings and Condell, after his death, where they collected scripts from everywhere that they could, the originals, put it into the first folio. And in the first folio, you'll see very unusual spellings. You'll see unusual punctuation. So, for example, you might see the word me written as M-E, 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 the way we would expect it. But sometimes it's written M-E-E-E. And what we know this means is the actor is to pronounce that as me. It belongs to me. Subsequent versions came along and sanitized this. They cleaned it up. But we are using the original. So I talked about the prompter. Oh, we have to assign for 2 people. Before I do that, I just want to show you what a cue script looks like. So we roll up the script just for that actor on 2 dowels. It's got a rubber band here that holds it together. And it became like the world's first prompter. You can scroll through your lines and see what's coming next. So some of the actors, we give them the latitude as to how they play their part because there's no director. Some of the actors you might see on stage, and they may look at this to see what their next cue is coming up. Most of them are going to rely on the prompter. In a case where you're doing an entire play and you have many entrances and exits, the actors will go backstage, pull out their scroll, and cue up and say, okay, what's my cue to come in, my next entrance? So it helps to keep them on track. The other thing about this is that by rolling a script up on these 2 dowels like this, when an actor came for their part, they would be presented with their role. That term, what role are you playing, literally comes from rolling up the script on a dowel and handing it to the actor, which is what I'm going to do in a moment. So, in the first play, King Lear, there are 2 characters, Cornwall and Albany, who have one line. So obviously it didn't make sense to hire 2 more actors to each say the same line. So we're going to assign Cornwall and Albany to 2 people in the audience. And it's probably best if we have people here in the second row that want to do this that are sitting next to each other. Any volunteers? You're going to say one line during this play. Okay, awesome. Awesome. That's Cornwall and Albany. Albany. There, it's gonna be so easy. So what you'll see there in your cue script is it's highlighted what your word is, what your words are. Read it. What does it say there? Dear Sir, for what? That's your line. And this is your cue, right? Oh, vassal miscreant. So when you hear an actor, as me, say, oh, vassal miscreant, you both say,
Dear, forbear.
Dear Sir, forbear. Right, yeah. So I'm going to say it out loud, like, it's almost like we're rehearsing it. Oh, vassal miscreant.
Dear Sir, forbear.
That's it. Give them a hand. Okay. So that's your job. When you hear that, and then I may be, as Lear, addressing you, because I'm talking to Cornwall and Albany throughout. So I may be sort of looking at you from maybe this distance or a little farther away. Anything else?
I don't think so. If for some reason you miss your cue, I'll point to you. So, because I think last night people got pretty engaged with the way things were going, and so it took them a little bit, but they were on it. So.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say that I said last night is that we did this in New York City a long time ago, before our kids were born, and our eldest is 28. So that gives you an idea how long it's been. And the first foray back into this was last night. Now, none of these actors had ever done Unrehearsed Shakespeare before last night, so everybody is literally flying without a parachute. We never know exactly what's going to happen, and that's part of what makes it exciting, because everybody is on their toes. So just have that in mind. So again, 2 tragedies, about a 10 or so minute intermission, and then 2 comedies. And at the end of the second comedy, Midsummer Night's Dream, we're going to have that talk back here. So if you have questions that come up, while you're going on, we'd love to hear those, and we'll have all the actors out here to answer your questions. So with that, we take you to a castle in England.
The Tragedy of King Lear, Act 1, Scene 1.
I thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
Well, it did always seem so to us. But now in the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he values most. For qualities are so weighed that curiosity in neither can make choice of either's moiety. The king is coming!
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy. Gloucester.
I shall, my lord.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know that we have divided in 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all the cares and business from our aid, conferring them on younger strengths, while we, unburthened, crawl towards death. Our son of Cornwall, and our no less loving son of Albany, we have a constant will to publish this hour our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be thus prevented now. The dukes of France and Burgundy, long in our court, and rivals, great rivals, for our youngest daughter's love, have made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since now we divest us both of care of rule, care of state, and business, which of you, shall we say, doth love us most, that our largest bounty we may extend? Line. Where nature doth with merit challenge. Governor, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty. 9.
Beyond what?
Beyond what can be valued rich or rare. 9.
No less than life.
No less than life with grace, health, beauty, honor. As child or loved or father found. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all matter of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, with shadowy forests, and champagnes rich with plenteous rivers, and wide-skirted meads, we make thee, lady, to thine and Albany's issues, be this perpetual. But what says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall?
I am maid of that self-metal as my sister, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joyous, which the most precious square of sense professes, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear highness love.
Then poor Cordelia. And yet, not so, since I am sure my love's more ponderous than my tongue.
To thee and thine, hereditary ever, remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, or pleasure than that conferred upon Goneril. But now our joy, although our last and our least, upon whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interested. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No thing will come from nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty. According to my bond, no more, no less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortunes.
Good my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit, obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters.
But goes your heart with this?
Aye, my good lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth, then, become thy dowry. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, the miseries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs, from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I do disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity, and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, will keep thee from this forever. Call friends.
barbarous Scythian.
The barbarous Scythian. Or he who makes his generation messes to gorge his appetite shall be, to my bosom, as well neighbored, pitied, and relieved as thou, my sometime daughter.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight. So be my grave, my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France. Who stirs? Call Burgundy, Cornwall, and Albany. With my daughter's 2 dowries, digest the third. And let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. Sirs, I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourselves by monthly course, with reservation of 100 nights, by you to be sustained, shall our abode make with you by due course. Only we shall retain the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, execution of all the rest. Line. Beloved sons, be yours, which is to confirm this coronet part between you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king loved, as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn. Make from the shaft.
Let it fall, rather, though the fore convey the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad? What wouldst thou do, old man? Thinkst thou that duty shall have dread to speak when power to flattery bows? To plainness honor's bound, majesty falls, to folly preserve thy state. And in thy best consideration, check this hideous rashness. Answer my life, my judgment. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least. Nor are those empty-hearted whose low sounds reverb no hollowness.
Kent, on thy life.
My life I never held but as pawn, to wage against thy enemies, nary fear to loose it, thy safety being motive.
Out of my sight.
See better, Lear. Let me still remain the true flame of thine eye.
Now, by Apollo.
Now by Apollo King, I swearest thy gods in vain.
Oh, vassal, miscreant.
Dear sir, forbear.
Heal thy physician, and the fee bestow upon this foul disease, revoke thy gift, or, whilst I can vent clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee, thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance, hear me, that thou hast sought to come between our vows line, which we durst never yet, and with strained pride, line,
To come betwixt our sentences.
to come betwixt our sentences and our power, our potency made good. Take thy reward. 5 days do we allot thee for provision against the disasters of the world. And on the 6th day, to turn thy hated back on our kingdom. And if on the 10th day following, thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well. King, since thus thou wilt appear, freedom lives hence. And banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinks, and hast most rightly said, and your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, oh, princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My noble Burgundy, we first address toward you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least will you require in present hour with her, or cease your quest of love?
Your most royal majesty, I crave only what your highness has offered, nor you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so. But now her price is fallen. Sir, there she stands, if aught within that little seeming substance, or all of it within our displeasured peace, and nothing more, may fitly like your grace. She is theirs, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, banished with our oath, take her or leave her?
Your majesty, election makes not up in such conditions.
Then leave her. By all the power that has made me, I tell you all her wealth. For you, great king, I would not take such a stray as her for your love, and not with my hate. By then take her, leave her, and put your eye on a more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed almost to acknowledge her.
This is most strange, that she, whom even but now was your object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, the best, the dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous, to dismantle so many folds of favor. Sure, her offense must be of such unnatural degree that monsters it, or your forevouched affection fall into taint, which to believe of her must be a faith that reason without miracle should never plant in me.
I yet beseech your majesty, if for I want that glib and oily art, to speak and purpose not line, since what I will intend, I'll do it before I speak. That you make known it is no vicious blot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that have deprived me of your grace and favor. But even for want of that, for which I am richer, I am glad I have not, though not to have lost me in your liking.
Better thou hadst not been born than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? A tardiness in nature which often leaves the history unspoke that it intends to do? My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Love's not love when it is mingled with regards. That stands aloof from the entire point. Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Your royal sir, give but that portion yourself has offered. And here, I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I am sworn. I am firm.
I am sorry, then, that you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since that respect and fortunes are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, that art most rich being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful I take up what's cast away. Gods, gods, 'tis strange that from their cold neglect my love should kindle to inflamed respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. Not all the dukes of waterish Burgundy could buy this unprized, precious maid of me. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind, thou losest here a better where to find.
Thou hast her, France. Make her thine. For we have no such daughter, nor shall we ever see that face of hers again. Therefore, be gone, without our grace, without our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father. Cordelia leaves you. Line,
I know you.
I know you, what you are. And like a sister, I am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father. To your professed bosom I commit him. But yet, alas, stood I within his place. I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty.
Fine.
Let your study.
Let your study be to content your Lord who hath received you, and at fortune's alms you have obedience scanted, and are well worth the want you have wanted.
Time, line, shall unfold when plighted cunning hides. Who covers faults, at last with shame derides. Well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not little that I have to say, as what nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain, and with you next month with us.
Line. You see how full of change his age is. In observation, we have been made in little. He always loved our sister most, and with poor judgment hath now cast her off, appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash. Then we must look from his age, not to receive the imperfections of engraft condition, but, line,
Therewithal.
the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them.
Such unconstant.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
Line. There is further
compliment of leave taken between France and pray you let us sit together. If our father, line,
carry authority.
carry authority with such disposition as he bears, line,
This last surrender.
of his will, but offend us.
We shall further think of it.
We must do something, and in the heat.
Tragedy of Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 3.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine!
Mr. Weather!
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap and munched them, munched them, munched them. Give me, quoth I, a right thee witch, the run that Renyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the time. And I, in a sieve, will thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do!
Oh, I'll give thee a wind!
Thou art,
And I
I myself have all the other, all the ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. I will drain him, dry as hay. Sleep will neither night or day hang upon his penthouse lid, for he will live a man forbid, weary 7 nights, 9 times 9, while he dwindle big and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, though it can be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Oh, shoo me, shoo me!
Here, I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum! Macbeth got a drum!
The wayward sisters, hand in hand, hostess of the sea and land, must to go about, thrice to line, and thrice to line, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace! The chime's wound!
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to Sporus? Well, what are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me. By each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak! If you can, what are you?
All hail, Macbeth. Hail thee, thing of glass.
All hail, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter!
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. But to me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail. Hail.
Hail!
Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth, but greater.
Why?
Not so happy.
Not so happy yet. Much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. Oh, hail Macbeth and Banquo!
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Say, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sybil's death I know I am Thane of Grandis, but now of Cawdor, the Thane of Cawdor lives, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath, you stop our way with such prophetic greeting, speak. I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. But whither are they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wine. Would they have stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words.
Who's here?
The king hath received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. I am sent to, I am sent to give thee, our royal master, thanks, and for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me, from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
Can a devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown it.
I am sent, Thane of Cawdor. The grace is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less.
That trusted home might yet enkindle you under the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes, to win us to harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousin, a word, I pray you.
2 truths are told as happy prologue to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you. Gentlemen, this supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion? Whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature present feelings are less thought whose murder yet is but fantastical shakes, so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, but like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may. Time and the owl runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king to think about what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited less, speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough! Come, friends!
The Taming of the Shrew, Act 1, Scene 1.
Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy. Here let us breath and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left, and am to Padua come, as he that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Me pardon, Otto, gentle master mine, I am in all affected as yourself. glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue, this moral discipline, let's be no stoics, nor no stocks, I pray. No profit grows where is no pleasure ta'en. In brief, sir, study to most effect.
Gramercy's lad, well dost thou advise, but stay a while. What company is this?
Master, some shoe to welcome us to town.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for you know that I am firm, that is, not to bestow upon my youngest daughter before I find a husband for the eldest. And if either of you, because I know you well and love you well, or if you love Katharina, then take your leave and court her at your pleasure.
To court her, rather. She is too rough for me. There, Hortensio. Will you, anyway?
Smack him.
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates? How mean you that? No mates for you unless you want a gentler, milder mold.
I think, sir, you shall never need to fear. My wizard does not have way to her heart. Oh, lie.
But if it were.
But if it were, doubt not, her care should be to comb your noodle with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord, deliver us.
Oh, and me too, good Lord.
Hush, master. Here's some good pastime toward. That wench, she's stark mad, or wonderfully flawed.
But in the others, silence do I see. Maids, mild behavior, and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum, and gauge your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said. Bianca, get ye in, and let it not displease you, good Bianca, for I will not love you nevertheless, my girl.
Oh, a pretty beat. It is best put finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, if you have pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company. On them to look and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayst hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry that I and our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Yes, so will you new her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content ye, I am resolved. Bianca, go in. For I know that she partaketh in music and instruments and poetry. Schoolmasters shall I keep in my house to instruct her youth. And if either of you, Hortensio and Gremio, if you know any, refer them hither. For to cunning men I will be very kind and liberal. And to my own family, a good bringing up! So farewell. Katharina, you may stay. I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why? I trust I may go too, may I not? Why?
What shall I be appointed?
What shall I be appointed to ours as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave? Ha!
You may go to the devil's dam. Oh, your gifts are so good, Hortensio hears none will hold you. Their love is not so great, but we may simply blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Farewell! Except the love I bear for sweet Bianca. If I were by any means to light a more fit man to teach her wherein she desires, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio, but a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never brooked parley, no upon advice it touches us both, to yet again have access to our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labor and effect one thing specially.
Oh, what's that, I pray?
Marry, sir. To get a husband for her sister.
A husband? Oh, a devil.
I say a husband.
I say a devil, now thinkest. Hortensio, look, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell.
Hush, Gremio. Pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarums. Why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light them would take her with all faults. And money enough.
Oh, I cannot tell, but I would as lief take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
As you say, there's small choice in rotten apples, but come. Since this barren law makes us friends, it shall be fought forth, friendly maintained, till the helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free to a husband, and have to refresh. Sweet Bianca, happy man be his soul. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Signor Gremio?
Oh, I am agreed. And had I given him the finest horse in Padua to begin his wooing, that would certainly woo her, wed her, bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I thought it not possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness, and now in plainness do confess to thee, that art to me as secret and as dear as Anna to the Queen of Carthage was. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio. If I achieve not this young modest girl, conceal me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, it is no time to chide you now. Affection is not rated from the heart.
I don't have it.
You don't have it.
If love have touched you.
If love have touched you, naught remains but so. Ready-made te captem quam que as minimo. She doesn't have the translation.
Which is regain your freedom at the lowest cost.
Grammaries, lad. Go forward, this contents. Well, the rest will comfort, for thy counsel's sound.
Master, you look so lonely on the maid. Perhaps you learn not what's the pith of all.
Tranio, mine?
Oh yes, I see.
Oh, yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of Agenor had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand, when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay then, 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sir! If you so love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her, for thus it stands, her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd. And the father,
That till the
But
father.
till the father rid his hands of her, Master, your love must live a maid at home, and therefore has he closely newed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Tranio, what a cruel father is he. But art thou not advised? He took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
I marry am I, sir, and now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, for my hand.
What?
Master, for my hand.
Master, from my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part in Padua here? Vincenzio's son? Keep house, ply his books, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen, and banquet them.
Basta, content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows us. Thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched and shall be so. Tranio, at once, take my conlord hat and cloak. When Biondello comes, he waits on thee, but I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
So had you need, Master, sit it your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient. For so your father charged me at our parting, be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think 'twas in a nonsense. I am content to be Lucentio, for so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio be so, because Lucentio loves, and let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye. Tranio, let's go. Oh, one more thing rests, that thyself execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
MC, here you are.
So I need a volunteer to play this very sophisticated xylophone. Who wants to volunteer to do this? Did I see your hand twitch? Who would like to do it? Very simple. Very simple. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be played when the prompter points at you thusly. And then you stop playing it when she points at you thusly.
Start to finish.
Yeah, so we're doing Midsummer Night's Dream. It takes place in a forest, and in Midsummer Night's Dream, there's this fairy character named Puck, and he sprinkles love juice in the eyes of the lovers. So when the love juice is being sprinkled by the prompter, you're just going to play this. And what we found with this fantastic instrument is that it works best if you sort of twirl it as you go. Let's give that a try. And if you hold here, it actually works a little bit better. There you go. Yeah, that's great.
Shall we practice?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's try that again.
Excellent.
As loud as you can to hear someone that's banging. Our final offering this evening, a portion of Act 3, Scene 2 from A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so, laying breath so bitter on your bitter foe?
Now I would chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being our shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too! The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murderer look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, looks as bright, as clear as
Yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
Spear.
Mine,
What's this?
what's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
line.
I'd rather.
I'd rather give his carcass to my house.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men! All once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou look upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave, touched. Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it. For with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
Mine.
You spend your.
You spend your passion on a misprized moon. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I, see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain.
So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. Oh, for debt that bankrupt slip doth sorrow owe.
Which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn, and scorn and derision never come in tears? Look, when I vow, I weep, and vow so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh your vows to her and me? Put into scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment went to her, I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is money, oh, how ripe in show. Thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. That pure congealed, white-high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holds up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh,
I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Oh, help me, dear maiden!
Can you not?
Can you not hate me as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. Why?
You both are.
You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes. With your derision, none of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all good will, with all my heart, of Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Oh, never did mockers wax more idle breathed.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Oh, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impairs the seeing sense, it pays the hearing, double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, my ear, I thank it, brought me to that sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, that more in guilt the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of mine. Why seek'st thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Whoa, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sly sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? All school days friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key. And as if our hands, our sides, voices and minds had been incorporated, so we grew together, like to a double cherry seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries, molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first life codes in heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one caress. And you will rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And sent your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection? But by your setting on, by your consent, what though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well, 'tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Oh, stay! Gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent! Sweet! Do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her with praise. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say, I love thee more than he can do.
Oh, if thou say so, withdraw, and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where till tens all this?
Go away, you Ethiop!
No, no, sir, she shall not. Hang on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man, go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Why have I gone so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny tartar, out! Out, loath medicine, O heinous poisoned hands!
Do you not jest?
Yes, soon, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
No.
What?
No, sir.
What? Can you do me greater harm?
Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me wherefore? Oh, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, and yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. 'Tis no jest, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me. You, juggler. You canker blossom. You thief of love. What have you come by night and stolen my love heart from him?
Oh, fine, ye faith! Have you no modesty? No maiden shame? No touch of bashfulness? Oh, what? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Oh, fie, fie! You counterfeit! You puppet, you!
Puppet! Why so? Aye. That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach to thine eyes!
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsel. Never harm you. Save that love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth unto this wood. For love, he followed you. Oh, wait. He followed you, but for love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me, to spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is that hinders you?
I need help. Help me. Oh, a foolish heart that I leave here behind.
Line.
What? With Lysander?
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to follow let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You menace of hindering not grass maid! You bead! You acorn!
You are too officious. In her behalf, it scorns the services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part.
Now
For
she-
thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt divide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose might of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer though, to run away.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. Falsehoods, schemes from dreams are beckoning. Truth is truth to the end of reckoning. In love, twixt family, or servant and master, he who speaks false doth court disaster. Truth will out. Our humble play is done. All is well ended if this suit be won. That you express content, which we will pay with strife to please you, day exceeding day. Ours is your patience then, and yours our hearts. Lend us your hands, and take our hearts' company! So, as promised, we want to do this talk back now, which is a fancy way of saying if you have questions, please ask them. We have a number of people here that can answer them for you. Again, by a show of hands in the beginning, no one had seen Unrehearsed before. So if you want to comment, tell us what you think, or if you have questions for the actors or for me, please fire away. Anybody? Anybody? Yes, sir.
I have a question for the whole cast.
Yes.
You haven't been doing this Shakespeare thing very long, right?
Unrehearsed.
Unrehearsed.
This is the second performance for all of these people. I did it 30 years ago.
Nobody called for that many lines. Do you think as the run keeps going, you're going to be calling for lines even less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe.
I have promised to miss a new line every night.
You're gonna be out of a job.
Isabella, yeah.
To that point, I mean, I feel like sometimes when you know it too well, then you start getting lazy and then you're like on autopilot and then you kind of call for line more. So, I don't know. But I feel like we'll see. You should come to the last thing.
Sir, you had a question? Yeah.
Just a quick comment. Even when you were calling for lines, I love the drama. Like you were saying, "Oh, I need help," and then you were saying, "Line." You better give her a line.
Great point. Great point. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments? Yes, ma'am.
So the last scene, the physical interplay was really fun. So you have not, other than last night, you haven't practiced that together at all, like how you're.
So in Elizabethan times, they rehearsed fights dances, and songs. So that fight would definitely qualify for that. So they walked through that a couple of times, although it did change. Who wants to talk about the change and how?
Yeah, so the first time that we met as a quartet was in about, I think, October. We met for just a quick rehearsal where we walked through some of like the whole lifts, things like that. We didn't run the whole scene. We didn't run the meet between those like physical interaction bits. It was just figuring out, okay, at this line, we need to be at this part of the stage so that we can use the bench to do this, that sort of thing. And we didn't look at it again until last week. And then last week, we did it. And I said, I can't do it the way that we want it. Physically, it was just too much on me, my back and everything. So we didn't have a chance to rework it until an hour before show yesterday. So we restaged all the lifts that we had built into it and reworked them to be different. And so that really was and everything, like, and again, the meat between those moments was different. So however much of it you think might be choreographed in that, now that we've said that, less of it was. It was just those like major moments, and everything else was just playing between.
The dancing was new tonight.
And I missed it!
What else in the audience, guys?
Anybody else? Any other questions? In the back.
Well, I was here last night too.
Oh, welcome back.
But it was different tonight, like the scene, like they all have to stay on their feet because things changed, the actors changed things.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Which is very exciting for actors. Stephen, you want to talk about that?
So yeah, in the scene with Batista and trying to get his horrible daughter married before each other, everybody was on the opposite side of the stage and they were laughing. You have to be aware of who's where and what they're doing. And I was so far from Michelle that I didn't hear my cue line because last night I was right next to her. Tonight I was over here. Oh, okay, yeah, time to go. You know, so that plays into a lot of it. But that's the beauty of it, because like you asked us, are we going to get familiar with it? Not. But here's where we get to play. We get to get in there and do those types of things and change things up. And how often do we ever get to do that as actors?
Yeah, that's such a good point. I mean, I mentioned at the outset that actors are accustomed to having at least 2 weeks of rehearsal. Sometimes it's 6 weeks or more. And everything is set. You know, we have these little pieces of tape where we spike the furniture and everything. Well, the actors are kind of spiked. When you say this, you're over here. When you say that, you're over there. We have this emotion, that emotion. And to Isabella's point, that can bring in some you can just kind of go on autopilot a little bit, but that's not how real life works. You know, so here, when people do something different and the actors have the ability to do that, it brings out a real reaction. Like, what's going on? So much is in the eyes of the other actor, not just their body, and their eyes are giving you something different. Any other questions?
I wanted to ask that.
Good.
One more thing. Like, I thought it was cool because Noble Burgundy here, like, backstage was like, tonight I'm playing my character a little differently. I'm trying to, like, portray it as blah, 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 instead of how I did it last night, which was blah, 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 blah. And, like, when you're doing something that's already blocked, it's like you need to fit what you're doing into that blocking, like what the director wanted. But, like, when you're creating your own character, like, you can completely change the tactics you use. Like, I mean, you can do that either way, but, like, it's probably gonna look the same somewhat.
Intentions start to change.
Yeah.
Tactics start
But,
to
like,
change.
you can change, like, how you deliver the line because you can. And, like, you don't have, like, a director being like, well, I think we should keep it, like, how we blocked it, and we should keep it like this. So,
And to the blocking point, and maybe Mary, you can take this one. There are certain rules that we spent time prior to the productions teaching the actors. We do something called a verse session, which I think I mentioned, which we met one-on-one with the actors. We behaved like detectives where we're only using their cue script. We're not using the whole script. And we help them try to understand their part, but also teach them what is embedded within the text to help them with the blocking. So do you want to take the blocking? No, you can do it. Okay. So language. Formal and informal. We just use one form now, you, yours, your. But thee, thine, thou implies very close proximity. So if you're saying thee, thine, thou, you're this close to the person that you're acting with. You and your, and you could be this far away. And if you think about a scene between maybe two men where they've got weapons and it could get hairy, it's not that dangerous if they're that far away from each other. If they're in each other's faces or in a romantic scene, it changes the meaning. So everybody's been trained on those words for the blocking. The other thing is they all know you cross to the person to whom you're speaking. If you don't know to whom you're speaking, you cross to the person who gave you your line. That prevents things from turning into a train wreck, just these simple rules of blocking. And the last one is that you keep a 3-foot circle around a person of higher stature or authority than you. If you're a higher stature or authority, you can obviously break that. But those are some of the blocking things. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I had a question for Stephen. In an alternate version of the last scene, do you think you would play a great mischievous Puck?
I've always wanted to play Puck, but I'm way too old now. Well, that's not true. I shouldn't say that.
No.
Puck can be male, female, young, old,
Yes.
fairy, animal, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I would love to play Puck, but that has never crossed my path.
I think you'd make a great cameo in that scene.
That's a great idea. I'm totally willing to give it up.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other comments or questions? Yes, sir.
One more.
Yeah.
In the last scene, it was very intense. The acting was very intense. The anger came through. To me, it portrayed anger. Do you think the 4 of you, could ever play that whole scene? I don't want to sound weird, but like you were on mushrooms, like fairy dust was sprinkled over you, and you played in a playful.
What the hell is that?
Just wondering if that would, because I'm watching it, I'm like,
He's
do this.
The fairy dust was made.
Yeah, well, it's the cool thing about, the freedom of what we do as artists. It kind of depends on the intention of what we're doing. If it lends to that type of environment, then absolutely, we can play it that way. And also because it is a comedy, right? And think about this as comedians, and we're comedic actors. It's a line you gotta toe the line to not be overly trying to be funny. You gotta be real. You have to be honest. And I could be angry and it still be very funny, right? Because of like the context of what's happening around. But that would be cool rendition. I'm sure that would be awesome. I would like to see that.
Well, I don't know the show Midsummer Night's Dream, but the drama was great. What's the conclusion? Who's another?
Yes, you're gonna have to read.
We'll probably be doing a full length of that. One of the things I'd like to say is that back in the day, we only did full lengths, with one exception, which is when we were flown out to San Francisco and did the first act of Hamlet for a consortium, a meeting of all the Shakespeare Festival directors. And we used 2 of them whom we never laid eyes on, which we would do from time to time. We would bring in people that we had never seen before, just right before the show. Hey, how you doing? But generally we did full-length plays. So this is a wonderful way in the Tampa Bay area, where I assume this has never been done before, to have now a cadre of actors who know how to do this. So it would be easy to move this to a full length. Even if we brought in actors that hadn't done it, we have a critical mass of folks that could. Anybody else? Well, thank you so much for your attention.
That's a question for you all. How did it feel to be participants in this?
Yes. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So close.
I was so focused on waiting for my line.
You're telling me. Tell me something I don't know.
So what brought me here was I saw Hamlet 2 nights ago. And I thought, Shakespeare. I'm not really familiar with Shakespeare, but I loved that. So then I was riding my bike and I saw your advertisement.
Wonderful.
Here's Shakespeare right here in Clearwater. So that's why we came. So this was amazing, and I hope you do some full-length pieces.
Well, thank you so much for that comment, and please tell your friends and family. And because this changes all the time, you might want to come back later in the run. But thank you again so much.
That's right.